guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am super excited to share with you guys my April plan with me. I had so much fun doing this setup. I am just super excited. So getting straight into it, I have always done my plan with me is kind of in the cover, but I've started to take my journal out of the cover, and it's just way easier as I did a lot of painting in this setup. I was very much inspired by Plant-Based Bride's March theme. She did a Greek goddess and god theme, and it was really beautiful, and I kind of planned to do an Aries, the actual Greek god theme, but then I kind of decided I was going to change it up. It was going to be a Cabin 5 Percy Jackson Aries type theme, but I stuck more to the zodiac representation of Aries, and I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do, and then I seen that the color for Aries was red, and they are a fire sign, and I knew that I wanted to do a little omen to my January setup from 2020, which is probably to date one of my most favorite setups I've ever done as a bullet journaler, and it was really fun, and I did nothing really crazy, just kind of let my mind do what I wanted. I didn't really have a plan or a direction at all for this setup. I just kind of let my brain wander and do what it wanted, and my creativity just kind of go with the flow, and it was really fun. So I did, like I said, a lot of painting. I also did some collaging and some mood boards in this setup, as I kind of did last month, and it was really enjoyable. So for the setup, I actually ran out of my double-sided tape and my glue tape, so this setup took a little bit longer than what it would normally take me, as I had to take washi tape, scotch tape, and do the little fold over method, put it on the paper to stick it into my journal. So this video is sped up and some parts are edited out just because of that, but I really love how these pages came out. It was so much fun and relaxing, and sometimes, you just kind of need a break from creativity. My journal is an outlet for me to be creative, but at the same time, sometimes you just need a little break. And like I said in the beginning, it was just really mindful and really enjoyable. So moving on to my monthly overview pages, I did the same type deal with the paint as I did in the first few pages, and just did a lot of painting. And honestly, there is no rhyme or reason to how I did this. I just was watching YouTube and let my hands just take over. So after that page had dried, I decided to kind of go through these few pages and just get the headers done, because I knew I wanted to, as you see here, paint the headers in the black and the red. So that's what I did here. Then I let that dry. I went back to the first page and peeled all of the washi tape off, which was really satisfying and also gives me some anxiety every single time I do it, because in my March setup I actually ripped some of the page and it was very stressful. I think it happened maybe once or twice in this setup, but still gives me anxiety every single time I try it or do it. So after I took off the washi tape, I came back with a red Posca paint marker and just wrote April in a super simple font. Just some of the letters have a little bit of a swoop to them, like the A and the L, but otherwise a very simple print. I am still practicing calligraphy, but it's a slow journey and one that I'm quite enjoying. I'm not super good at it, but it's still really fun to try and get better at. So you'll see I go over April quite a few times, and I then switch to another page before I come back and add some last minute details to the spread. So as you see here, I proceeded to take the washi tape off this spread and fill it out. I did do something a little bit different this month. I added my sleep and my mood tracker to the bottom of this calendar. I started to use the calendar as a place to put where my shifts are for work instead of on my everyday spreads. It just kind of makes it easier. I also put like when payday is and if there's anything super important that needs to be done on this big page here. So the two spread, I know I wasted, quote unquote, a lot of space here, but I love the very minimalist look. As I say that, as I just painted a bunch of red and black marble-esque looking border around it, but I really enjoy how this page came out, and I figured if I put my mood and my sleep tracker here, which I fill out every single morning or every few days, I'll use it more. So like I said, I really enjoyed how this page came out. And then I just added a few photos around the border as well as a quote, which I really enjoy looking at. Just seeing the finished product of this 2-page overview makes me really happy. I also don't know if you could tell, but I switched how I do my calendars. I've been putting Monday first, not Sunday, and I'm gonna see how I like this. My entire life, the calendars have been Sunday to Saturday, so I'm interested to see how I like it. So I'll let you guys know March, April, in my May setup how I like it. So moving on to my tracker page, this is one of my favorite trackers I've done, or that I've tried. I started doing this in March. I don't think I did it in February. I do think I started it in March, and it was really beneficial. I'm enjoying filling this out. I love how it looks at the end of the month. It's very clean, very minimal, and everything is kind of where I need it to be. And as you've seen, I did a really light wash of watercolor, and if it was red watercolor, I did a black marker, and vice versa. I realize now, looking at this frame here, you can't see, but under the habit tracker is actually a brain dump. You see a little bit of a glimpse of it in the next clip, but yeah. And also the gratitude log has been a recent add-on for me. I also started in March. I have never really been a big fan of gratitude logs, but I, like I said, started doing it in March and was adding it to my weekly setups, but I thought that I would put it in its own kind of separate category, and I can look at it every single day when I fill it out at the end of the day. And yeah, it's been really, really nice and helpful, especially in a time like now, just to really make sure that you are counting your blessings and making sure that you remember that there are grateful things in life and things to be grateful for. So this has been a really great reminder for me personally. And then the next two pages are honestly just mood board collage-esque spreads. They were really, really fun to create and to do. Another spread to just let your mind go free and just have fun, and it was really calming. Yeah, it was just really enjoyable to create. I also went back in this spread with a few paint markers and just added some doodles. I seen Jenny, I believe her channel is Jenny Journals here on YouTube, and she does this a lot in her spreads on her photos, and I thought that I would try it too, and I love this idea. I think it's so cute and it adds a little bit of personality. So after adding all of the little doodles and quotes and, you know, personality to the collage pages, we have my first weekly. This weekly is super set up as you see, just a few lines with a red marker, some super easy cursive writing, a task list, and a little photo collage at the bottom, which I dedicated to Manon. I love it. Her aesthetic is black and red, and it kind of gave me the idea that every week I'm gonna dedicate that setup to a book character. I'm super excited about this, and if the character kind of aesthetic is red, black, either or together like Manon's, I'm gonna do a little photo printout and I'm really excited for this idea. I had a lot of fun. It just adds a little something to make me excited and to look at every single day. So yeah. After doing a little doodle in between the pages, I added the sticky tab for April, and I also went back and added the little white drop shadow to the April title at the beginning of this setup. And that was all, guys. The setup was super easy, and you could even, instead of doing any of the painting segments, you could use markers, or you could honestly just go on Pinterest, find black and red marble or whatever kind of color. You can adapt this to any color combination you want, and just print it out, cut it, stick it in your pages, or like I said, use markers. But that was it, the full setup. I hope you guys enjoyed it. For me, it was fun to create. It was mindless and calming, like I've said multiple times in this setup. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video.